The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
Hello, this is Mr. Aliyah from Tokyo. You're listening to the X and Y show. If you don't like it, very good show. If you don't like the show, fuck you.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. How's everyone doing today? Pretty baby, ooh. I mean, I'm becoming a fan of Ray J. Ever since he had that Versus, and he fucked up on Versus, I've been listening to that song, the studio version, not him live, because that motherfucker can't sing. But the studio version is not a bad song, I wouldn't buy it, but, I just been checking it out. That was actually good marketing, even though he fucked up. It caused me, who just listen to primarily old school music, to go listen to his shit. And, I kind of dig that song. It's a good fuck song. I wish, it's a good fuck song. So, yeah, good job, Ray J. I got to give credit what it's due. That's a good song. Studio. Don't listen to that motherfucker sing live. But how's everyone doing? Glad everyone's doing okay. We got about another week, and then we'll be in August. I hate July to leave because it's Christmas in July. I've been playing Christmas music all month in my office. And sometimes people walk by and they're like, what's wrong with that motherfucker? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm playing Christmas music. It's Christmas in July. And it seems like this month flew by. Damn, it's already gone. It's like it's this last week. So I can't play Christmas music again for another 5 months. That sucks, man. But, no, actually, I can play it probably late November. That's still like 4 months. So, anyway, but we'll be in the bird months before you know it. I used to love that time of year when I was in Atlanta. The bird months start getting cooler, and the women start not caring about what you look like. They just want to fuck something. They don't want to be alone during the bird months. It was a wonderful time of the year. But anyway, so without further ado, I'm going to get to these questions. Well, the first one is, Statement from Victoria. Victoria says, your view on Roe versus Wade is extremely shallow. Well, kiss my ass, Victoria. That's your opinion, and I'm entitled to mine. See, that's what I hate about you motherfuckers that pro-choice. When you disagree with someone who is pro-life, they're shallow, they're stupid, inconsiderate, every bad thing. I can say the same thing about you, motherfucker. That's what I don't like about you motherfuckers. You always, just because someone disagree with you, they're shallow. So you kiss my ass, Victoria. Let me ask you, I just want everyone to think about something. If your mother was to come to you, if your mother, if she's still living, or, if you would ask your mother years ago, Mom, I know you're glad you had me, right? And your mom tell you, well, son or daughter, I'm going to be honest with you. I just living with something all my life, and I just want to come clean with you. I just want your forgiveness. I just can't go on without your forgiveness. And you're like, what, Mom? What? So what if your mom tell you, look, I would have aborted your ass, but I just couldn't, my family was against it, and I could not, I didn't have the resources to get the abortion. I couldn't go to another state at the time because I had just accepted the job. It was some reason where she couldn't do it. But if she didn't have that reason, she would have aborted your ass. And what if your mom would tell you that? I'm sorry. I love you now, but if I could have back then, I would have had you. What do you think about that? And I know a lot of you are saying right now, well, Roosevelt, that was my mother's choice. No, that's bullshit. Give me that fucking shit. Stop lying. Well, it's my mother's choice. That's her choice. That's her body. That's her choice. That's bullshit. You wouldn't say that. If your mom could abort your ass and she told you that, you just say that your mom had a right, that was her choice. Get the fuck out of here. See, that's what I mean. You motherfuckers always talking a big game. You talking all that shit, but you're not being real. So I look at it like this. I'm all about pro-life. I'm thinking, because I would hate for my mom to have thought about getting rid of my ass. So I'm sorry. I'm pro-life. But it doesn't make me shallow. Doesn't make me stupid. If you disagree with me, say that. I disagree with you, Roosevelt. And that's cool. But don't call me shallow. Fuck you, Victoria. Shit. Anyway, I should have had me a shot before I started the show. Next question. From Chuck. Are you still a disbeliever in love at first sight? Absolutely, Chuck. I will never believe in love at first sight. I think that's something that is a very false statement when someone says that. You never fall in love the first time you look at a motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. You want to fuck somebody. I have many women like, damn, oh shit, yeah, like, oh man, I'm in love. No, I wasn't in love. I was in lust. I wanted to fuck. I don't know how many times I get, it's really simple. Attraction is the key, not love. Something attracted you to that woman. Something attracted you to that man. You seen his print. He got a big dick. or he's handsome, tall, and got in shape, or she got big titties. She don't have those Tic Tacs, those little titties. She got nice sized titties. She got a nice ass. Whatever the case, whatever drew you to her or him, that's what the love was. Lust wasn't love. So no, I'll never buy into that love at first sight shit. The lust attracts you to that person, and then you get to know that person, and eventually you allegedly fall in love. And I say allegedly. I don't believe in love. I've never been in love. But, I'm looking at the example of a lot of you motherfuckers out there who's gotten divorced and, using love with this person last year or 2 years ago. Now you want to kill them. So my question is, how do you fall out of love with someone so quickly? Was it ever love, until death do us part, through sickness and health? Was it ever that? Or you just saying words? And a lot of you motherfuckers just saying words, your vows. Some of you write your vows and they're beautiful. Everybody, they're so beautiful. Your vows, oh my goodness, did you write them? And a lot of you don't mean that shit. You just perpetrating. So no, I don't believe in love. I think motherfuckers get together and they coexist. It's convenient. Financially, sexually, a lot of you don't want to be lonesome. It's a lot of reasons. Love, I don't know if I buy that. Maybe one day I fall in love. I don't know. But I'm not buying it. Because I've seen too many people get divorced and they want to kill each other. Fuck that bitch, fucker. Oh my God, I just want to kill him. I just want to shoot him and just watch him bleed. The same person you loved a year ago? Fuck out of here. So no, I don't believe in love. And I don't believe in love at first sight. That's lust. You want to fuck them. That's all it is. You really want to fuck them. And you can ask your mom. You can ask your parents. Ask your parents. How did you feel about mom when you first seen her? And some dads will be honest. Oh yeah, your mom was hot. Your mom was hot, Junior. I just was thinking about putting her in a book, And daughters, your mom would be honest. Oh, your daddy was so handsome. I just wanted to, oh, girl. Yeah, I just wanted to eat him up. But some parents would be like, oh yeah, your father was just so smart and he was just intelligent and I just talked to him and I just fell in love. I don't know what it was. Fuck out of here. You just want to fuck. You just want to fuck. That's all it is. Keep it real. Keep it real, folks. So anyway, Chuck, I would never believe in love at first sight, and I definitely don't believe in love. So anyway, let's get to the day's or tonight's episode. When is having raw sex safe in a relationship? When is having raw sex safe in a relationship? Now, for you ignorant motherfuckers who don't know what raw sex is, that is sex unprotected. That's when the guy don't have a condom on, he's just sticking a raw dick in your ass. Or the woman doesn't have a female condom as well. So basically, you going raw dog. That's what it is. Skin to skin, whatever you call it. But you're unprotected. So when do you start having unprotected sex in a relationship? Some of you are saying, after a month. Some of you saying after a year, which is bullshit. Some of you are saying never. Which is bullshit as well. And I'll explain that in a minute. But, ask the question, for those of you who are married, how long did it take for you to let your husband fuck you without a condom and nut all in you? Nut all in you, how long did it take for you to let the guy nut in you? Guys, how long did it take for you to go in a woman? And I admit, when I was younger, I was like, because a lot of, if you've been listening to the show, I like hairy pussies. I like a woman who's naturally hairy. And when I see a woman that is hairy, that really drove me crazy. And I wanted to go raw in her, But I was, I contained myself. But I did, that drove me crazy. And I must admit that kind of thing sped up the process. When I saw a woman that shaved her pussy, I almost really never wanted to fuck her without a condom. That is just so disgusting to me. A woman that shaves or get waxed, it looks like a sliced hot dog down there. You take a hot dog and just slice down the middle. That's what a waxed pussy look like. I used to call them a hot dog pussy. And I don't want to be like with a woman who makes me feel like I'm with a little girl. That's some sick shit. So, a woman that shaved never really enticed me to be raw. But when I saw a hairy pussy, I really wanted to just be raw in it. So I guess it depends on how attracted you are to a person, right? But what about the time? How long should you trust a person before you start having unprotected sex with them? A week? A month? A year? Never. When is it safe to have unprotected sex? Some of you are having unprotected sex right now. Some of you got genital warts right now in your ass right now that need to be popped. So there are consequences from having unprotected sex. So when is it safe? When is it safe to have unprotected sex? And a lot of you saying, that's just irresponsible to have unprotected sex if you're not married, or you don't do that until you both get tested. A lot of things out there to make us feel like we're being responsible when it comes to sex. In reality, all of it is bullshit. It's all bullshit. And let me explain why. Now, I had a friend that he would absolutely never have unprotected sex. He always wore a condom. Sometimes that motherfucker wore two. At least that's what he said. Because he just didn't want to catch, a disease or, STD. That's cool. Okay, I get it. But there's only one thing. Now, he protected his dick, but he ate pussy. He licked ass. And he was big and all kind of crazy shit. So my thing is this. For those of you saying, it's a week, or for those of you, I'm going to go long term. For those of you saying like 6 months, 8 months, a year before you have unprotected sex, I'm going to ask you a question. Are you sucking his dick? I'm talking to the women. No. Gotta clarify myself. I'm talking to the women. Are you sucking his dick? And a lot of you say, well, I'll suck his dick, but I'm not letting him come in my mouth. Well, it's a thing called pre-cum, ladies. So even if you're not allowing him to fully nut in your mouth, you still getting pre-cum. So, you can go on with that bullshit. You still getting nut in your mouth. You still getting spermatozoa in your mouth, in your gums. So my thing is this: if you big on protecting yourself when it comes to sex, but you sucking a dick, then you're having unprotected sex. You're having unprotected oral sex. Now I know some of you say, "Well, it's not true. I have a condom when I'm performing oral sex on you." Okay, cool. Now for those of you who are doing it that way, then I would guess you are having protected sex. You're doing it right. You're having oral sex protected with a condom and sex with a condom. Okay, I can get that. But some of you are not doing that. Some of you are not having a condom when you have vaginal sex. But when it comes to oral sex, you're doing it raw. And the same thing with a guy, just because you wear a condom, every time you fuck your girl, but you eating pussy, and a lot of pussy, licking ass and all that kind of shit, you're not being protected. You're having unprotected sex. So, that's why it's when people say that I will never do that or never, you have to ask them to clarify. Well, what do you mean? Just because you're not having vaginal sex unprotected, but you're doing other things, you're transferring fluids in other ways, orally, then that's the same shit. So you still putting yourself at risk when you're having unprotected oral sex. So, actually in reality, you're fooling yourself if you're not having protected sex vaginally. And I'm talking about both ways, a man and a woman, but you're not protecting yourself. Wait, I'm getting you're protecting yourself vaginally, and I'm talking about a man or woman, but you're not protecting yourself orally. So you're not having protected sex fully. So you're fooling yourself. So we have to come back to the question is, again, when is it safe? When is it safe, or when is it okay for a guy to stick his dick in your mouth without a condom? And think about it, ladies. When is whether you're with your boyfriend right now or your husband, how long did it take for you to let your husband stick his dick in your mouth? Or how long did it take your boyfriend to put his dick in your mouth raw? Guys, how long did it take for you to eat pussy? How long did it take for you to stick your dick in that pussy without a condom? When do you think it is safe to do so? I keep coming back to that question. Ask yourself, when do you think it is safe to do so? So a lot of you are wondering what I think, right? Because I'm asking the question to you. I can't hear you. You can email me and tell me what you think. But in my opinion, it is the answer to that. It's never safe if you're in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, it is never safe. I know some of you saying, "Oh, that's not true, Roosevelt. Before I had sex with my boyfriend, we fuck without a condom, but we got tested." That's cool. When did you get tested? 3 years ago. Get the fuck out of here. You probably walk around with herpes now. So, it's never safe if you're in a relationship. If you're in a marriage, I'll give that a little bit more. I'll give that. I hold that a little higher esteem if you're married. A lot of times, even if you're married, you don't know. You're not safe. I have plenty of friends that carry STDs home to their wives. You know, infidelities. It happens. But I'm gonna say if you're in a marriage, put it like this: if you're in a marriage, you're as safe as you're gonna be. That's the safest you can. That's the highest level you can be. If you're married, that's the safest you're gonna be if you're married. You're not fully safe because sometimes motherfuckers step out, right? They step out and get pussy and get dick. You're not fully safe, but that's the safest you're gonna be if you're married. If you're in a relationship, you're never safe when it comes to unprotected sex. You're never safe. So you motherfuckers that's saying, oh, we didn't have unprotected sex until 6 months. I didn't let him fuck me without a condom until 6 months. Huh? Oh, really? Okay, cool. Did you take a test? Yeah. 2 years ago. You're not safe. You're never safe in a relationship when it comes to unprotected sex. If we were all safe when it came to unprotected sex, there would be no STDs. People wouldn't be catching herpes. People wouldn't be getting gonorrhea on the tongue and shit. People wouldn't be getting syphilis. People wouldn't be having drip dick. If we were all safe, it would not be STDs. So the answer to that question is you are never safe in a relationship to have unprotected sex. If you're having unprotected sex with your girlfriend and with your boyfriend, you are at risk. You are at risk. So you can look at your boyfriend right now and they might be fucking somebody else and putting you at risk. That's reality. Look at your girlfriend. She might be fucking somebody else, putting you at risk. Every time you stick your dick in a pussy, raw, you're putting yourself at risk. Every time you allow him to put his dick in your pussy or put his dick in your mouth, you're putting yourself at risk. So the answer to that question, again, when is it safe to have unprotected sex in a relationship? Never. That's the answer. It is never safe to have unprotected sex in a relationship. You are always putting yourself at risk. There is no safe alternative unless you're married. That's the safest you're going to be. So for those of you who are out there in a relationship and you're fucking and you're letting them fuck you with a raw dick and you fucking her with a raw dick and putting in a raw pussy and exchanging all those juices, you're all putting yourselves at risk. You're at risk from being exposed to an STD. So how do you feel about that person? Do you like them enough to put yourself and your health and your life at risk? I guess that's up to you. Maybe it's a person that you fell in love at first sight. Who knows? But anyway, something to think about the next time you fuck. You let that man put his dick in your mouth or your pussy and nut all in you. Or you put your dick in that woman raw. You know. Think about it the next time that happens. Anyway. Hope you enjoyed tonight's episode of X and Y Show. Be sure to check out my website and catch up on all the past episodes that you may have missed. You can find all of my social media on there as well. I'm on Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can find that at www.thexyshow.com. Everything's there. Episodes, my store. You can buy a t-shirt and let everyone know that you are a true X and Y'er. So be sure to send me a message and ask me a question or a comment or constructive criticism. Don't send me no shit like Victoria. I don't like that shit. But other than that, I'm always enjoying feedback from anyone who listens to the show, even Victoria. She pissed me off, but even her. So be sure to do that. So I will see you again in about 2 weeks, and I want you always to remember you cannot have love or lust without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.